All right, check it. I'm here to talk about. I love you too, Elisa. I'm here to talk about this post I made the other day about the third eye and why you can't just be opening up the third eye and not the rest of your chakras, right? Now, before I start, some people are gonna be like, "Well, you know, it's more than 7 chakras, right?" Yes, I know this, but the average person typically don't know about the main 7. So, I want to start there. I want to at least help people understand that the main 7 chakras before we try to teach them something way past that. A lot of times we try to talk over people's head. I guess try to make ourselves look smart or maybe be relevant, and it shouldn't be about that. If you have knowledge, you should be sharing it because you're really trying to help somebody. Um, Observations. So I see a lot of people always talk about the third eye all the time, right? And one thing I had noticed is that folks who only, and this is not throwing shade at you. I mean, the shoe fit, wear it, right? If it applies, if it don't apply, let it fly. See people talk about third eye, and I'll notice in their behaviors, they're usually very angry. Like Sister said on the post, very militant. And the reason why that is because they're unbalanced. When you look at the third eye, it's the 6th chakra. It's not the first chakra. It is the first eye. Someone was like, but you got to understand, Terrence, it's the first eye. Yes, that is true, but it's not the first chakra. It's the 6th. So out of 7 main chakras, you got 5 other chakras you need to work on before you even get to the third eye. You think about the root chakra being the foundation, being the root, right? Like a tree, being the root of you, right? Of your physical body, your spirituality, and your emotions. So if you don't first make sure your root chakra is in check, then as the chakras go up, these wheels of energy, these 7 wheels of energy that go up your body up into the crown, then your third eye being open is not going to make a difference. If you open your third eye and you neglect these other wheels of energy throughout your body, your main and your minor chakras, then what you have is somebody who's unbalanced. You got someone who maybe you can go to sleep at night and get dreams. Maybe you can get visions. Maybe you can get some intuition, but even your intuition is not all the way there. And I'll explain that in a minute. So now you got somebody who got all this information coming in through their third eye, and then what do you do with it once you get that information? And that's when you have to understand that these chakras, they work together. It's 7 wheels of energy lined straight up. So if they're too closed or too open, that's either one is a bad thing. You can have a third eye that's too open. So if you only focusing on third eye and you have it too open, you can be starting to get in a bunch of junk that you don't even need, and then that's going to confuse you. So then you'll think you know what you're talking about, but you're really confused because you got too much junk coming in. So it has to be balanced, okay? Not too closed, not too open. Then you have to understand that these chakras work together. For example, you might open up your third eye and you might get some intuition, but your solar plexus, your gut chakra, people say, I felt it in my gut. That chakra has to also be open and balanced because when the third eye and the solar plexus is both open and balanced, they work simultaneously to help you with the intuition. One, third eye senses, gut chakra feels, right? So you got to have both open. You can't neglect one, right? Same thing with third eye and crown chakra. For you to really, get your spirituality the way you want it, your third eye and your crown chakra, right? Third eye, crown chakra right above, they work together to help you in spirituality. Crown chakra in itself is the spirituality chakra. So in this case, let's say again, third eye open, you're getting a bunch of information, but then when you speak, right? Third eye receive, crown chakra transmit. You speak, and what you're speaking is not going anywhere because your crown chakra is blocked. So you got to have both. One, third eye receives, crown chakra transmit, because that's your spirituality chakra. That goes to the divine, goes to the source, it goes to, whatever you want to call it. But you got to have that open for it all come together. But again, if you notice, the crown chakra is last. It's the last chakra that you work on because, again, you got to have that foundation at the root first. You got to start at the bottom first, then work your way up. You don't build a home from the top down. You build a home from the bottom up, okay? So it may sound like I'm fussing a little bit, and I'm kind of am. It is irresponsible, in my opinion, to tell people that the reason why they are the way they are because their third eye isn't open, and third eye, you need to open your third eye. It's irresponsible to teach that, in my opinion, without, talking about the other wheels of energy that's throughout the body. So you have the seven main, then you have all these other wheels of energy that go throughout the limbs as well, and even in the back of your head. When I do a chakra alignment on someone, I always start at the root chakra. I work my way up to the crown, and then I lastly do all the wheels of energy that's the minor chakras all around their body. You have to do the total body concept, because you have to take the emotions, you have to take the spirituality of that person or the spirit of that person, and you got to take the physical body of that person, and you have to bring them all into one. That's what we're doing when we're opening, balancing chakras. So don't focus just on the third eye. Don't focus on any one chakra. You can focus on it at a time, like if you're working on opening and balancing one. Like if you notice my sacral chakra is closed. So today I'm going to focus on that one. That's okay. I'm talking about focusing on it for a long period of time and neglecting the other chakras. That's what I'm specifically talking about. So there's a slow way to do it, and there's a fast way to do it. Slow way is you work on each chakra a couple of days, root chakra for a few days, then move on to the next one. And then over time, you have your chakras open and balanced. The fast way, you have someone who's skilled, who's gifted, like myself. There's a few other folks I know where we can go in and we can do it for you. It takes about 30 minutes. So the whole point is, don't neglect your chakras. Don't neglect the rest of your chakras because you're only focusing on the third eye. There's more chakras, there's more to your body than just that. And then there's different reasons why your chakras will be closed or blocked. And I can talk about that in another video, but this is what I really want to bring home. So, of course, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. There's plenty of people on my page that's very skilled and have a lot of information on how the chakras work. And I'm cool with them if they want to come on and explain some things and want to add some additions. Just because I'm not talking about it now doesn't mean I don't know. I just don't believe in talking over people's head. I believe you should explain the basics, explain the foundation, and then move from there. Allow people to move at a generous pace in their spirituality, in their enlightenment, versus just, throwing a bunch of things at them. And if they don't get it, then you start, calling them names, and, that's ridiculous. If you're doing all that, that's when, in my opinion, I say you're technically not a teacher. You're an asshole who just have a lot of information. That's what typically happens to somebody who third eye open, everything else blocked. Whole bunch of information coming in, and you're just an asshole because the rest of your body is not balanced. So it is what it is. Keep it in mind. Think about it. And, of course, if you need help with your chakras, I'm here. Okay? And we can do it. Peace, love, and light to all of you. Ashe.